Of course, as soon as I start filming, some guy has to pull out a leaf blower.
And all I gave you is gold. Tell me like it was.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to do a quick little Q&A. I posted about this a while ago on my Instagram. I'm gonna pull up the picture right now. I posted this picture telling you guys I wanted to do a Q&A on my YouTube channel, so thank you for all of you who left a little comment down below asking me a question, and we're just gonna answer some of them today. And I can't answer them all because there was quite a few questions, so I'm gonna try my best to answer, I don't know, 10. We'll see. Okay, so someone asked me what is my favorite kind of healthy fat when I'm trying to grow certain areas but stay lean. Well, first, this question kind of confuses me because you can't really stay lean if you're eating at a caloric surplus, but other than that, my favorite source of fat is probably nut butters or peanut butter of any kind. I'm freaking addicted. I also just really like almonds and pecans, just any sort of nut is good. For actual food, I would say salmon's a really good source for me, and that's something I like, and also avocados are really good. Okay, Alyssa Lynn 5 said, what's your favorite workout to build up your glutes besides squats? Well, first off, squats are the king of the booty. That's just how it's always going to be. But my other favorite exercises, I really like banded walking stuff, so tie one of those bands around your ankles and do lateral walks or forward walks. That's really good for your glutes. Glute hip thrust is good for your glutes, and a sumo stance deadlift is also really good for your glutes. Danaeil 97 asked, what are you doing when you have a craving for sweets? It kind of depends on where I'm at with my diet. If I'm in a bulking season, for the most part, I'll just let myself have it, a reasonable portion of it. But if I'm cutting for a show, I like to do some sort of BCA drink. Stance Supplements makes a really good BCA complex that I really like. It's pink lemonade, raspberry lemonade. So that really curbs my cravings. Also, just kind of distracting yourself, so do something else that you enjoy, take a nap, go for a walk, drink some water. Really think about why you're having this craving, and think about where you're at with your goals. If you're getting ready for a show, that's different. You really shouldn't give in to your craving. But if you've been having this craving for a full week, and all you can think about is pizza, have a freaking piece of pizza. Move on with life. So those are my tips for cravings, and I get them a lot. Okay, someone asked me, how did I get into macros and not clean eating / bro dieting, and how do you handle negative image while intuitive eating? Well, I am about to start prep, or in prep right now, depending on when this video comes up, but I started intuitive eating during my improvement season when counting macros became stressful. And I think when any sort of food thing becomes stressful or is causing anxiety, that's a really negative behavior to have associated with food. So that's when you need to step away from it. How did I get into tracking macros? I watched some of Lane Norton, his videos, and he taught me a lot on macros, and it made a lot of sense. And I never wanted to get into bro dieting because I struggled with disordered eating before and having a bad relationship with food. So I didn't want to look at any food as being good and bad, and I just wanted to look at food for its nutrients and what it has to offer me. And flexible dieting showed me different foods offer you different things. If I have an apple, that's giving me some carbohydrates. If I have some peanut butter, that's offering me some fats. Stuff like that. I just wanted to educate myself and understand and learn about food. Okay, and the second part of your question, and I actually got this question twice, how do you handle negative self-image while intuitive eating or during your off season? I'll be honest, I do struggle. I don't struggle every single day. There's days where I'm damn, you've got some curves on you finally, you got some legs and your booty looks good. But then there's other days where I'm my leggings feel super tight and I kind of feel like a marshmallow right now. I know it's all like in your head and that we are our hardest critics, so that's something I always like to keep in mind with stuff like that, is not every single day you're going to think that you look good. That's a normal thing. And there's definitely going to be days where you don't feel very lean or very comfortable. One thing that has helped me with this sort of transition is just being open with it. When you're in your off season, I think a lot of people hold their feelings inside and they don't talk about their feelings. And I think it's really important to talk about how you're feeling. If that's with a significant other, your parents, a friend. Like, I'm very vocal with how I feel, and talking about it makes me feel a lot better. Like, there's days where I'm like not feeling good at all, and so I'll talk to my roommate about it, or I'll talk to my mom about it, and they ensure me that you look healthy, you're strong right now, you feel healthy, and that's what's really important. Okay, someone asked me, how do you stick to your clean eating without cheat meals? Firstly, I don't like the word cheat meals. I think that it's just a negative association to have with food, and we talked about that earlier. I don't like to look at food in a negative way. I do have treats whenever I really please during my off season. Going like balls to the wall, I don't really ever like sit down and have a burger and fries and a milkshake all in one sitting. I like to choose like one thing to splurge on, rather that be an entree, a dessert, or a drink. Like, I choose one of those and I'll have it like once a week. During prep, I don't really have cheat meals, and that's fine to me. I think that you are dieting down for something that's very extreme. It is a sport and you're spending so much money on it, so I feel like cheat meals sometimes, especially for females, they kind of slow down your progress for prep. Oh, and the clean eating part. I like healthy food. I like whole foods and clean foods. I like how they make me feel, and I like how they keep me full. And I also just enjoy the fact that whenever I have like a meal that's composed of whole foods, I actually feel full after, instead of eating like some little super processed thing that's super tiny and then I eat it and I'm hungry 5 seconds later. So that's how I stick to eating. So someone asked me, out of curiosity, what is your favorite clothing brand, like sports clothing brand? I used to really like Nike, but not anymore. I like Under Armour and Gymshark. I don't really buy like super expensive like sports clothing type things. Like, well, even Gymshark is expensive for me as a freaking college kid. But I do like their stuff. I like their style a lot, and I really like Under Armour. Those are probably my top two. This next question is from fit_NESS113. She's really cute, and she asked me, if you had to give up training one muscle group for a year, what would it be? She said, I would say forever, but that would be crazy. If I had to give up training one muscle group, it would be my calves, because I think that you work your calves a lot doing like everyday activities, like walking upstairs, jumping, even like doing hamstring work. You're naturally going to be working your calves, so you can kind of get away with not training them. And I kind of have really big calves anyway from gymnastics, so that's okay. I don't have to train them. It's really boring training them anyway. What was your biggest inspiration / motivation to get into the fitness lifestyle? Well, I was always involved in sport, and I really liked doing gymnastics. It was really competitive, very athletic. But now that I'm older and looking at my family's actually, they struggle a lot with being obese and having a lot of obesity related health issues. And I always hate when people say it's my genetics, that's why I am the way I am. Like, no, I think that there is a genetic code, but there's definitely a way to break through it. And I just want to be an example to my family that you can be healthy, you can have balance, you can have treats, but living a healthy life isn't as hard and complicated as it has to be. And that kind of is what motivates me now, is seeing how it affects some of my family members. My brother actually started getting more into fitness, so that was nice. And I don't know, I just really want to be a positive influence, especially on my family, but not only my family, but also women. And I want to show that it's okay to feel strong. It's okay to not be super, super thin, because I struggled with eating disorders. So I don't know, I just want to show them that it's okay to feel strong and muscular and not be so thin, and everything will be okay, and lifting is fun. What is my favorite workout for my stomach? I really like weighted cable curls, so like hold the cable and do curls. I like doing weighted ab exercises because I think it's more effective, so that's probably my favorite ab exercise. And then someone asked me, how long have I been training? I've been involved in gymnastics for 10 years, so I think that gave me a really good base to my figure. But for weightlifting, I've only been lifting for like 2 years. I originally just did cardio like all the freaking time, but I've been lifting weights for 2 years. I actually didn't lift like my hamstrings, like I didn't train my hamstrings at all for like that first year, so that was dumb. But yeah, lifting for about 2 years. Alright guys, so those are all the questions that I'm going to be answering. Thank you for everyone who asked questions. That was awesome, and I hope you all have a great day. I also wanted to remind you guys to make sure you give this video a thumbs up, and also hit that little subscribe button down below because it makes me very happy. And thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next one.
Down in the caverns of our mind, need you to follow me.